Hey y'all, welcome back to Sidewynders Shed. What I'm getting ready to do is show you how I make my taters. I have tried to show lots of people how to do this, and they either forget or they say they can't do it as well as I can, but you know how that goes with recipes. Yeah, a lot of people can't. But I'm going to show you a version. This is not the only way. There's going to be a few things lacking in it for a simple fact I just don't have them. But alright, we're going to make some fried taters. I'm going to do it on the wood stove too. Now, I like onion. I'm using a red onion because that's what I have. Any onion will work. Honestly, to me, doesn't really matter. The wife, on the other hand, she loves the flavor of onion, but she don't like onions. Okay, I don't know if it's a textural thing or whatever, but she loves the flavor of the onion. Now, yes, I know you can use onion powder. I don't particularly care for a whole lot of onion powder. So what I do is I take the onions and I will slice them up as thin as possible. Now, it's nice to have a nice sharp knife, which I don't have at the moment, but this one is doable. And no, I'm not a chef, and no, I don't have the dexterity or look, I'm very clumsy with the knife. Why I still have all 10 digits, I don't know. But anyway, I slice them as thin as I can. And once I'm done slicing them, same thing here. Once I'm done slicing them up, I basically just go crazy. And dice them as small as possible. What this does, honest to God, these things here will render down. They will pretty much disappear. They will cook down so well, being so small, that they will actually disappear. You will not have bits of onions that you will be able to tell are bits of onions. This is how I fool the wife, because they will pretty much disappear. They will cook away to nothing. But they also impart the flavor that she likes, because trust me, I've made the taters, and I'm just saying taters to annoy my sister Carol. She hates it when I say that. But I will make the home fried taters without the onion. And the wife is always sitting there going, something tastes different, something's weird, something's missing. It's like it's the friggin' onion. I hate onion. No, you just think you do. You don't like the texture of the onion. But you like the flavor. Well, just use onion powder. Well, when I've done that, onion powder has a different flavor to it, believe it or not, than fresh onion. So, that's what I do. I hope this is catching how fine. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, that's very fine. That is extremely fine. Here. There you go. You can see how fine that onion is. I need something to put that in. What do I have? What do I have? Oh, here we go. I'll use one of these. Put the onion right in there. Okay, now next is the potatoes. And the potatoes get chopped up fine too, but not as fine. Okay, so I take potato. And what I'm looking for is about an 1/8 to a 1/4 inch slices, like that. Now, do they have to be peeled? No. You can use what we call dirty taters. You can make dirty taters. But, to me, they don't turn out as well the way I make them if you leave the skin on them. So I peel them. And then, again, a 1/4 to an 1/8 of a slice, and then just chunk them up like that, and you get nice little pieces. Now the wife does have a chopper thing that actually, my God, makes these things into perfect 1/4 inch squares, and it's great. The only problem is, even as long as this process takes me to cut these up by hand like this, it takes me longer to clean that damn chopper thing that she has. Yeah, she'll throw it in the dishwasher, but the whatever reason, dishwasher doesn't get all the chunks out of the little screen and everything, so what you're left with is pieces of washed, and even if she puts it on the heat cycle, dried 1/4 inch chunks of potatoes left in the damn thing. Or you wash it by hand, and it takes longer to clean the damn thing than it does for me to chop these potatoes up. There you go, Carol. I said potatoes instead of taters. Okay, but it's not that hard to do. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of energy, but it's not hard to do. I've done this with canned potatoes. I've done it with frozen potatoes that are already cut up. Me personally, I just like it with the fresh potatoes. To me, it's better. But you know, whatever. My nephews, there's a few of them that do it with the already cut up potatoes out of a can, and they have no problem with it. They like it, and that's fine with me. Whatever you like. Yes, cooking may be a science to some, but to me, you know, whatever works and whatever you like is, one, what's good, and two, it's the right way to do it. If everybody likes the way you do things, and they're not just saying it to be nice, they really do like it, well then guess what? You did it the right way. Even if a professional chef and everyone else will say that's the wrong way to do it, you did it the right way. You know why? Because it brought joy to whoever was eating your food. So you did it right. So don't worry about the science. Don't worry about recipes. That's a base. That is a point to start from. Then you modify it through experience, trial and error, experimentation. Oh my God, me and my nephew Claude, even as young kids, we used to love to watch cooking shows and then try experimenting with stuff. How to cook different foods, what do we add to it, what would taste good. And it was fun. It was fun. And did we screw up a lot? Oh my God, yes we did. Yes we did. But we also, even as kids, came up with some stuff that was really good that I still make to this day. And that was just us as kids messing around and enjoying ourselves and having fun. You know, that's one of the other things you should do. Bring your kids into the kitchen. God knows, get them away from the microwave. Get them away from, teach them how to cook. Teach them the basics. Then they can move on to the microwave. Then they can move on to the air fryers. Then they can move on to everything else. But teach them the basics first. Let them help you. Even if it's just helping you prepare stuff. And I'll tell you what, most of the times they want to do it anyway. Maybe not for the hour or two that it actually takes you to prepare stuff. But they do get excited. My grandkids still. They want to help me so much with a lot of things that I do, not just cooking. And yeah, a lot of it is, yeah, obviously a lot of it is not safe for them to do. But you can make it safe. You can keep an eye on them. All right. Well, anyway, that's the preparation of the potatoes, Sister Carol. Taters and onions. That's how they're prepped. Because we're going to go out in the shed and we're actually going to cook on the wood stove. I don't know if you guys can see me. But anyway, we're going to be cooking on the wood stove over a wood fire on cast iron. I got a few more things to get together because we're also going to be cooking some venison, which I pulled out of the freezer and I have it thawing right now. So I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Hey guys, welcome back to Sidewynders Shed. We're out in the shed right now, and I'm getting ready to cook. And I'm doing a live stream as well as making this video. And right now, we're getting ready to do some taters out here on the shed in the on the wood stove. And this thing is very, very hot. It's a lot hotter than what it's supposed to be. So we're gonna turn the heat down a little bit, but we're still gonna put the taters in. Actually, first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna add the onions. And I'm hoping that y'all can see this. We're going to put the onions in here first. Let them cook until they're clear or close to it. Although this is a little bit hotter than what I intended because I've been messing around with my live stream, trying to get that set up so the pan got a little bit hot, which is okay. Because the nice thing with cast iron is I can actually take it off the heat and put it somewhere else till it cools down. And it will still be friggin' hot. So, yeah, should pardon me for a second. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna set this right here on the floor of the shed. And cook the onions. I know you guys can't see it too well, and especially my live stream can't see it. But it's on the floor, cooking away. And they are sizzling away. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is get back here so that You guys can see, yeah, shed's still a mess, but they're sizzling away there. And put you back up here because it won't take long. And we're going to add the taters. See how things go. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, shift happens. Right now, I gotta go cooking. I gotta do some cooking. So if you want to stay and just watch, that's great too. I'm sorry. I'll figure this shit out later. Right now, I'm more interested in not ruining dinner. You know what I mean? But yeah. One of the things, I don't know if you're here to see it. The stove got a little bit hot, which got the pan a little bit hot. And I put the onions in because we're gonna saute the onions first, get them up so that they're clear, which it did. But the pan was real hot, so I took it right off the stove to let it cool down a little bit. And now, yeah, I know this shit keeps cutting out on me, but now we're gonna add the taters. There we go. Now, actually, this pan has cooled down a little bit too much because it should have sizzled. Ah, there we go. That's the sound I was looking for. Alright. Taters are added. Might add a little bit more oil. That's probably a teaspoon. Maybe a tablespoon worth of oil. Gonna add that. Yeah. Oh, shit. Get that off. And what I want to do is I want to get the onions off the bottom of the pan and actually mixed up into the potatoes. Sorry, Carol. Get that flavor in there without the burned flavor. Because, like I said, once the potatoes are done, those onions basically will disappear. So there we go. Now, unfortunately, the potatoes will take about a half hour, 45 minutes to cook. I'm not worried too much about the live stream. Oh, okay, shift happens. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, take off. Enjoy, thank you. Yeah, I'll probably be on for a little while till the wife gets home. See, I'm left unsupervised right now, and till the wife gets home, I'm on my own and having fun. When she gets home, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to become an adult instead of a Toys R Us kid. So, take care. But yeah, I don't know if you guys on my video can hear this, but on the live stream, that's the sound I was looking for. Cooking is not always by what you can read on a gauge with temperature and everything. A lot of it is by feel, by smell, by ear, listening to it. Like I said, there's quite a few cast iron groups I belong to, and I'll tell you what right now, well, pardon me, But most of them would tell you that the pan is too hot unless I was searing meat, which I will do later, and everything's going to stick to it. Yes and no. It does happen. Okay. Now for me, on my potatoes, I use quite a bit of oil. I probably use maybe 1/8 of a cup of oil, which for me is a lot of oil to be using in one of these pans. You really don't need to use, you don't have to have your food swimming in oil. Come on. As I was saying, you don't really have to have your food swimming in oil when you're cooking on cast iron. I don't like dry potatoes. Okay, one of my things. I enjoy kind of a greasy potato. Okay, my preference. You know, kind of like a. I don't like dry potatoes. I can make very dry potatoes in cast iron on the stove in the house where I can actually completely control the heat. But over a campfire and on the wood stove, I have this wood stove turned down as much as I can right now. But yeah, I use a little bit more oil and grease than what I normally would cooking inside the house. So what you hear about getting the pan, one of the things that's true is you have to preheat cast iron. Otherwise you're gonna fail at whatever you're trying to make. If you try to use it like a Teflon non-stick pan and just turn the heat on and throw your food in, you're going to have problems. You do need to get them up to temperature. This pan is way above what I would normally use for temperature-wise in the house. And again, it probably has twice as much oil in it as what I would use in the house, and that was actually my fault, my mistake. But with that being said, I do use a little bit extra oil when I'm making my potatoes. Because most of the time I'm using bacon grease. This time I'm just using oil. And there will be a little bit of butter at the end to brown it. But it's fine. Nothing is sticking at all. I don't know. Can you see that? Yeah, there's quite a bit of oil in it, but I'm showing it to the other camera too. Nothing is, I'm not scraping, nothing is sticking to this pan. And this pan is a new Lodge. It's only, I think, 5 years old. But I smoothed out the bottom on it, and that's a personal preference. Because a good friend of mine, matter of fact, the same lady that gave me this pan, has one just like it. It's a bit older. And this is an old pan. It was one of the unseasoned Lodges. It wasn't pre-seasoned. And it actually had rust on it when she gave it to me. And I sanded it down, I smoothed it out, and this thing works wonderful, and it's got a good seasoned base on it. But as I was saying, a friend of mine that gave this to me, she has one almost exactly like this, and it was never sanded, but it also has 23 years of being used almost on a daily basis, and it has a very good coat of seasoning on it that filled in all the little bumps and everything. These new Lodge pans, they look like a truck bed liner. They're very bumpy. I'm not a big fan of that, and that's personal choice because, like I said, I've used her pans on her stove, and I've cooked eggs, I've cooked omelets, I've cooked all sorts of stuff, and it is a wonderful pan to use. I'm just getting to that age where I can't buy a brand new one and wait until I'm almost 80 before it acts like this and before I'm comfortable with it. All the rest of my pans are old vintage pans. They were smooth from the factory, and a lot of them, except for two, have got decades of seasoning on them because I don't have to season them all the time. I have two that I did have to re-season, and that was 3-4 years ago. One was only about 6 months ago, and that's because somebody did leave some acidic tomato sauce and stuff in it for almost a week, and I didn't know about it, and it stripped the seasoning off itself. Tomato sauces, taco sauces and stuff like that are a little bit hard on the seasoning, but it won't bother it as long as you don't leave it set. It'll be fine. You can use wine, vinegar, whatever you want in your cooking with cast iron, as long as you don't let it set for an extended amount of time. You will note if you leave it set overnight, you will notice, even on an old pan, older than this, it has decades of seasoning built up on it. It will strip some of the seasoning off, but it's fine. You don't have to re-season it. Usually it won't bother it. But much more, leaving it much more than 12 or 13 hours with that acid sitting in it, it will strip the seasoning off, and you will have to season it again. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, we're doing good. The only reason why I'm worrying over this, and when I say worrying, that means I'm keeping an eye on it, is because the heat is so damn high. Again, once again, on this wood stove. But, yeah, I'm just, this is what I do. This is how I cook. This is what happens. Okay, Dino, Justin Hill. Hey guys. Alright, I know. I'm sorry, I'm not watching the comments too much because I'm more worried about not burning dinner and not screwing it up. And I'm also making another video which I will edit. If you want to watch the whole thing later on, probably tomorrow or the next day. Probably tomorrow or the next day. But hey, look guys, I appreciate you showing up. If y'all want to come back later, I'm also making, I'm going to be making some venison. And I'll give you the recipe for that. But to get the full recipe for these home fried taters, watch the video that I will be posting, like I said, tomorrow, because that shows the preparation, everything I do for it. And yeah, these things here, okay, are just about ready for a little bit of seasoning, flavoring, I should say. And what I have here is some garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, lemon pepper, and just a very very small amount of dried Italian seasonings, which is parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who is there. Oh, sorry. My bad. I can't sing. Sorry about that. But yeah, just going to add a little bit of that on the top. Because one of the things is I don't want this powder to burn. She once was a true love of mine. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who was there. She once was a true love of mine. Alright, fuck you. Alright guys, I'm sorry. I'm back. Justin, hi. D, no. I don't know if you're still here. I'm showing one person watching me. Is that you, Justin? But anyway, I'm sorry about this. I'm out in the shed. We do have, you know, storms going on and everything. So the Wi-Fi deal is not the greatest in the world. So, I'm sorry about this. But anyway. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Now, these taters are almost done. They're fairly well cooked. But what I like is a little bit more of a consistent brown and crusty outside on them. And the best thing to do that, although these are cooked in oil basically, one of the best things to brown something up is real butter. Margarine's the same as the stuff I just used out of the bottle. It's vegetable oil. Okay? Butter, you know, it's basically cow fat. Well, not quite, but you know what I'm saying. It's different than, I can't believe it's not butter, than any other margarine. As a matter of fact, most margarines are only one molecule different than actual plastic. So, I don't care for it. And margarine doesn't make things brown and get that nice little crust to it like real butter does. And yeah, so now I think we need a little bit more heat on this. Oh yeah, let me get my little pokey stick here. Alright, and for the live stream, this is freaking hot on the legs, but we're gonna pull this down, spread this around a little bit, because the next thing I'm going to be cooking is some venison, and I want this pan nice and hot to sear it. Ooh. Wow, I will tell you what, it's actually kind of chilly outside right now. I am definitely overdressed for being inside. Whew, that is hot. That is very hot. Yep, it's very hot. But, alright, there's nobody watching on the live stream right now. So, I'm hoping my camera hasn't shut off and y'all are watching this. Because I'll tell you what, right now, these taters, especially with that butter added to it, they're starting to brown up. Oh, they're starting to brown up real nice. And I'll tell you what, they smell so good. I'm going to add a little bit more flavor seasoning to them. Not much, because I turn the heat up and I don't want this stuff to burn. But, oh, my mouth is watering right now. Wow, this. Hey, first responder, how you doing, buddy? I'm out here on the shed. We're just cooking some home fried potatoes. Tomorrow I will be uploading. I got 2 cameras going, so I'm making a video, and tomorrow I'll be uploading the whole process to make them. I guarantee you, sir, you're going to enjoy this, and they're not that hard to make. There is a lot of prep work. Second thing, once these are done, I dug some venison out of my freezer. I don't know what the hell it is, but they're little pieces. I'm just going to pan fry them. There ain't too many people in my house that like venison, so I still got like 200 pounds of venison in my freezer, and every year I get a whole bunch because the people, they like hunting, but they don't care for eating it. So they'll either donate it, and they used to do that for a long time until Virginia decided you cannot donate to the homeless or anything like that. People that actually need friggin' food, you cannot donate, wild game anymore. So I got a bunch of friends that still like to hunt, and a lot of times, yeah, I'll take anything they got. And I also apologize. I'm out in the shed. We have a storm going on, and so I'll probably lose signal. It's spotty at best. But yeah, seriously, it's probably going to be a long video. I might break it up into 2 or 3. But if you like home fried home fried potatoes, I got hollered at from my sister, the one who basically helped raise me, for saying taters instead of saying potatoes. Thankfully, she lives in Massachusetts, because she threatened to hit me with I'm quoting her, "You say taters one more time, I will hit you with a goddamn cast iron pan." This coming from a woman that when I was a kid used to beat us with wooden spoons. So I don't doubt her threat whatsoever at all. It was funny, me and my nephew Claude, her oldest son, is only 3 years younger than me. And when we used to get in trouble, I knew I was okay if she walked out of his bedroom and the spoon was broken. I knew I was okay. I wasn't going to get beat. But if she walked out of that damn bedroom and the spoon was still intact, I knew she was going to break it on my ass. So, anyway, I love her to death. Yeah, she has put up with my crap, God, for over 40 years. She's only 16 years older than me. And yeah, she really is. She's a sweetheart. She's a wonderful person. And I spent so much time with her growing up. God love her. God love her. She has 4 kids of her own. And for the longest time too, she raised, or did her best to raise them on her own. Some of her kids don't appreciate that, but I do. Bear Rose, Kim, Bear Rose, Kim, how you doing, buddy? I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I was busy trying not to burn dinner. Good Lord, Kim. Thank you for showing up. I'm trying to use the StreamYard, but I don't have the connection right now to let anyone on. We've already tried it twice. It just ain't going to work. It won't, again, I don't have the good enough connection. As you can see, I'm still coming in and out. But yeah, it's awesome. Good to see you, sir. Did you have a good Christmas, a good New Year, and everything like that, man? Hell, anyway, I am trying so hard. I'm going to keep this part on the video here that I'm going to upload. I'm going to keep this part on the video that I was uploading. I'm trying so hard. You know, I appreciate all my subscribers. I appreciate all my friends here that I've met online. It's amazing. I have more friends online than I do in real life. And that's because I don't get out much. I go to work, come home, do what I have to do at home, and I have a wonderful family. In my close circle of friends that I know personally, they're awesome. But quite a few of you guys online here, you guys are awesome. You've been so kind to me, and I appreciate that. You guys are really awesome. Kim, you're one. My God. First responder, I appreciate it, man. You watch just about everything I do. You always leave a comment, thumbs up. I'm sorry, yeah, it's a storm going on, guys. It's the best I can do here. But anyway, yeah, First Responder Garage, man, I love your videos. I love your channel. I love everything you do, and the fact that you're always there for me too. Give me a thumbs up, help me out. It is just awesome. It is really great. I can't say enough. Thank you. Tim, thank you. Thank you for your help too, sir. That's Bear Rose Garage for those that don't know. That's Kim. Thank you so much, sir. You are friggin' awesome, my friend. I can't say enough great things about you guys, you know. And like I said, right now, I'm just trying to do some cooking. I've been on the cast iron kick for a little bit here. You know, my channel's all over the place. I have all sorts of things I do. And one of the things is, between family members, people I know, and online friends and everything, they've been bugging me about how I make my home fried potatoes. And so on the video, I also have another camera going. On the video that I will edit and put up maybe tomorrow or the next day, I have the whole recipe, procedure, everything to make these home fried potatoes. And I'm out in the shed because I also have another couple videos with the 70-year-old cast iron pan. This one's only 5. And I'm doing everything everyone tells you not to do. I'm cooking on too high of a heat. I'm not deep frying on too high of a heat, although I did add a little bit extra oil to it. But nothing's sticking to the pan. And I don't know if you can hear this. That little bit of scraping sound, that's the crust on some good home fried potatoes. And when I say crust though, I'm really not talking about it being burnt. I gotta show the other camera. They're not burnt. They're just nice and crispy on the outside, and they're soft, tender, and flavorful on the inside. And pardon me for a second, guys, because I have got to get them out of the pan before they turn into something that's really overcooked. Okay, and here you go. Here's an example. I just turned the pan upside down and put the potatoes on a plate. I'm going to show that to my other camera. Yeah, there's still stuff in there, and you know, yeah, the pan's still oiled a bit, and there's probably enough oil left on that thing, or I'm not going to add any more for the venison. But if you'll pardon me for a second, I do have to get a paper towel and wipe this pan out a little bit, and I'll be right back. So for those of you that are still watching me live, I'll be right back. Please forgive me. Okay guys, I'm back. Now, one of the things I want to do, and the only reason why I'm wiping out this pan is because I used a bit of garlic and onion powder, and I don't want that burning in the pan. There's honestly nothing worse than burnt onion or really burnt garlic. God, yeah, I forgot I turned the stove up on this. Yeah. Wow. Wow, that thing is hot. Yep. I'm doing everything wrong that they tell you, you know, what you should do or shouldn't do. This pan is very hot. But there's also not a lot of oil on it. I want you to watch this. I'm going to let it heat back up. And we're getting ready to put the venison on. And I'm going to sear it. But I'm going to sear it. I'm not going to deep fry it. Okay? I'm going to sear it. Which means getting the pan very hot, which it already is. And the venison, what it has been doing for the last hour or so, not overnight. I should have done it overnight, but I didn't. I just have it marinating in some oil, vinegar, Italian seasoning, you know, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some lemon pepper. It's just all mixed up, and it's been marinating in that, you know, soaking in it for about an hour. Yeah, I can see my pan is smoking. Okay, so that damn thing is very hot right now, And I'll tell you what, because it is so hot, I am going to add just a little bit of vegetable oil. That's it. That's probably a tablespoon. Okay. And we'll get that. Yep, just enough. Don't know if you can see it. It's just enough to cover the bottom. Show the other camera. Just enough to cover the bottom. And now, I don't even know what the hell I pulled out for venison. All I know is it said on the package, deer meat. And here it is. This is what it's been marinating in. Show the other camera. Okay. And so, I'm going to take a chunk. And yeah, okay. If I stand over here, everyone should be able to see this and hear it. And the only thing I want you all to do, I wish you could smell this. Oh. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it smells good. Oh, the other thing I added, my friend Doogie got me some of this. This stuff is awesome. Gotta show the other camera. Doogie got me this. This stuff is awesome. I'm cooking with it, but it's even better just raw, just out of the jar. Throw it on a hamburger or hot dog. Throw it on some cheap cuts of venison. You know, it is awesome. Stuff is good. Okay, well, according to the sizzle sound, oh yeah, and unfortunately I did not, two things, I did not bring a knife, and I did not cut the silver fat off a lot of this venison, so it's curling up. So I'm just going to cut the silver skin off of it a little bit in a few places, so it will lay flat. Ooh, yeah, that's much better. Oh, you wouldn't believe the smell that's in. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It does. It smells so good. Now, with that being said, man, it's hot enough. I know live stream you can hear it. That's the sound I'm looking for. That's a good sear. Yep, now we flip it. I'm going to show you guys this in just a second. Oh, we're going to flip this. It's got a good sear on it. Jesus, that smells so good. Alright, that one got a little bit well done, but camera, you guys, this is hot, very hot. Now, I'm going to turn my stove down, and for the live streamers, here, this is my temperature control. Right here. Alright, open, that makes it hot. Closed, that cools it down. But yeah, wow. Wow. Yep. My stove got a little bit hotter than what I would like. But what we're going to do, we're just going to That thicker piece can stay there. Oh, in case you're wondering, none of this, God, I hope y'all can see it, but even with the high heat, none of this is actually sticking to the pan. This thing is, working out great. Now I might add a little bit more of the marinade, but that's not to keep it from sticking. That's just to add flavor. So we're going to add a little bit more to there, and that's just to add flavoring to it. Because I was just going to, yeah. All right, you're on the hot side. And here. Y'all can see that got a little bit overdone. The other side is working nicely. And before I'm done, we'll just coat that with a little bit of seasoning on the top, and that should be fine. And we're just going to leave it until the blood stops coming through the top. Then I'll switch them once more, add a little bit of butter, and probably turn the heat up. Actually, I might turn the heat up just a tad bit on this side of the stove. But keep the pan over here on this side. And it's just one thing, you have to adjust. You just have to adjust. Keep an eye on it. This is not a cook stove, a wood cook stove. This is more or less a heating stove that you can cook on. So, and I don't have a damper for the chimney, which is just straight up stovepipe. So yeah, trying to control the temperature is a little bit difficult. My temperature gauge on the stove, if you haven't heard, is my tea kettle. That holds 6.5 quarts, a little bit over a gallon. It don't look that big. I know, I can see that right here. It don't look that thing is huge. And it's old. That's that harkens back. I think that one was given out as a freebie with certain wood cook stoves in the 1920s. It dates back to the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. They made them for about 20 years. That particular one. Okay, and it was made by a stove company, not by Wagner. Not by Griswold, not by Lodge, not by BSR. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. That is BSR, Burlington Stove and Range. But it was one of those freebies. You buy one of our cast iron cook stoves, and we'll give you a freebie. Yeah, no, just checking. That needs to go a little bit more. That needs to get over on the hot side. This needs to get over on the cool side. My mouth is watering. I apologize. But it smells so good here in Sidewynders shed. Oh my God, it smells so good. Woo. My mouth is watering. I'm sorry, guys. It smells so good. Oh, first responder, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to make you hungry. But imagine you being me right here trying to make a live stream and a video. Yeah, I'm hungry. I wasn't hungry when I started, because I had just eaten. But I'll tell you, I am hungry right now. It's just, oh, the smell of it is so good. Oh. It is so good. Oh, again, my mouth is watering. I thought I was losing it with the taters. Taters I'm used to. This right here, oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. And I do want to be careful because, believe it or not, I just don't care a whole lot for a well done steak or venison. I don't particularly care for eating shoe leather. But yeah, I'm gonna have to put that on a little bit higher heat, and we're also gonna brown it. So I'm gonna add a bit of butter to it. Oh, oh yeah. That is the sound I am looking for. Again, on my other video, the one I'm recording and going to post, I'm not sure if you can hear this, but I know this mic is pretty good. That's the sound I'm looking for. Oh, yeah. That is the sound I am looking for. That, yeah. Other than my tea kettle here, I don't have an actual temperature gauge on the stove. A lot of it is, you know, yes, the tea kettle, how quick is the water boiling, how much steam is coming out of it, but a lot of it is just smell, taste, and sound. What does it sound like? And then, again, we gotta look inside. Okay. We need to, I can guarantee you right now, I need to move the coals here a little bit, because I still have another pan full of venison to cook. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a few more chunks in here, and what, believe it or not, adding this wood to the fire is gonna cool it down. Wow. Until this wood catches. So right now it's gonna cool because I'm blocking the heat from going up. So it's gonna cool my pan down, which is what it needs to do right now. It needs to cool down and chill out a little bit. But oh, and guess what? The wife is home. She just walked in. Give me a minute, guys, to figure out if I'm in trouble or not. And I'll be right back with you. Hi, hon.
The fuck is that in that bowl?
This is venison, sweetheart.
That's venison too?
Yep.
It's like fish.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. That's all I have. But I did make taters. Okay. So, if you want to take the taters, if you're hungry, or at least put them in the oven inside. Other than that, how was your day?
It was a day.
Okay. Am I in trouble yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, I'm working on it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, yeah. Love you.
Love you.
But, yeah, if you want something to go with the taters, we actually have food in the house. I just thought I'd let you know that. Love you. Alrighty, so, yeah. Dead man walking. She just, for legal purposes, she didn't want to get caught on a live stream threatening my health and welfare. But yeah, anyway, anyone that's been married will understand being left alone on a weekend for 9 hours. She worked 9 hours. And being unsupervised will understand the predicament I'm in. I was left to my own devices. Anyway, nothing is sticking. Nothing is sticking. It's hard to show, but okay. All right. Now, like my wife was saying, because I did not trim the silver skin off of these pieces, she said they look like fish, and actually it does look like a little trout. And yep, curling right up. So I'm gonna pull the pocket knife out and cut the silver skin off. Kind of like you do with bacon or a fatty pork chop when it starts to curl. Because, yeah, I don't know if you can see that one, but it's starting to curl up. So we're just gonna cut the innards here. Let it relax. Same with this one. Cut the insides. Let it relax. Same with this one. Cut it a bit. Let it relax. This one ain't too bad, but we'll still cut it. Flip it over, cut this side. Let it relax a bit. There. There we go. Anyway, I'm sure there's plenty of other people out here that can cook better than me. But, you know what? Unless you come to my house and cook for me, it don't matter. It don't matter. Because it doesn't affect my life. But I'm just trying to help, you know, basically a lot of the millennials and the Zoomer generation out that one, think this shit's kind of cool, and two, don't really know how to do it. And I'm not picking on them. It's just between, again, I'm a Generation X. I was born in 1966. My folks were born in the early 1900s. My dad in 1914. My mom was 90 some odd years old when she died, and she still claims she was only 42, so I'm not sure exactly when she was born. But she wasn't too far behind my dad. And so I grew up with this, what I'm doing right now. Grew up doing it outside on a campfire. Grew up doing it on a actual wood cook stove. Three of the pans I have, four of the pans I have actually, you know, belong to my folks. Two of them were bought brand new in the 1940s, and two were born. Yeah. Two were bought the year before I was born, brand new. The rest, they got hand-me-downs, you know, and everything else. Same with me. So, yeah. To me, this ain't nothing. But looking on online and seeing some of the comments and everything, one of the things I have to say is I'm doing everything wrong. All the experts will tell you do the exact opposite of what I'm doing right now with cast iron to keep it safe, valuable, and not ruin it. It's a chunk of metal. It's a chunk of metal. It's a tool used for a specific purpose. That's to get hot and to cook stuff in. Okay? Cast iron, unless you crack it, break it, it's very hard to ruin it. Can you ruin a seasoning on it? Yes, you can, very easily. But you can also fix it just as easily as you ruined it. Can you ruin the monetary value on cast iron? Yes, you can. I have several cast iron pans that are warped, that are spinners. You know, if they were in perfect condition, they would be $200-300 pans. They're not, so they're $5 or $10 pans. Okay, but you know what? They work. They cook beautifully. I use them almost every day. But yeah, it's metal. It's cast iron. Matter of fact, one of the pans I got from my father is on the highest hook on my cast iron wall. You know why? Because it's dented inside. Okay, if you put it on the stove, it doesn't spin or anything. Alright, but it has a hump in the middle, and that's because my mom used to beat him on the head with it. Why is it on the highest hook in my kitchen? Because my mom told my wife that's what she used to do. My wife is almost 5'2", so I put that motherfucker up out of her reach. That's for damn sure. Yeah, it's hard to hurt cast iron. A lot easier to hurt your head. Trust me on this. Especially with the little short Italian girl that you pissed off. Oh, and by the way, don't tell my wife I said that. Please. Otherwise, this might be the last video of Sidewynders Shed you see. Oh, I really wish, God, I really wish you could smell this. Oh, it smells so good. Oh. And you can hear it. That's the sound I'm looking for. We're going to turn it down a little bit because it's right there, but yeah, that's the sound I'm looking for right now. Whew. And yes, I can still see the blood coming up through. So it ain't quite done yet. But, oh, man, that smells so good. Oh. You know, and first responder, and I know there's only one guy here watching me. I'm gonna assume it's first responder. I don't know if Justin's still here. I don't know who's still here. It doesn't tell me that. It just says there's one person looking at me and watching this, but whoever's here, guys, I appreciate it. Sir, ma'am, whoever, I appreciate it so much. And I'm just sitting out here having some fun, enjoying myself. And I'll tell you what, I just wanted to show everyone, you know, basically, I'm an idiot, and I can still feed myself, make a fire, cook on a wood stove and cast iron. I'm just the opposite of a lot of younger generation. If you gave me a microwave and microwavable food and no wood stove or anything, I might starve to death. Or one of them new air cookers and whatever, anything that has buttons and lights on it, I might starve to death. Give me some wood, some metal, and even some sort of flameage, although I really don't need flame to start a fire. I can do it by rubbing two sticks together. I don't want to, but I could, and I've done it before. What I'm saying is, I could feed myself. Take that away from me, and just give me a microwave or some of these newfangled devices to cook food with. I'd probably starve. I would probably starve to death. Just wouldn't work for me. I would probably starve to death. Jesus, it smells so good. Alright guys, give me a second. I don't want to trip over my cord here. Again, I'm not in the 21st century much. I still have old 20th century technology I'm using. So give me a second though. I want to take this off the stove and put it on a plate. Oh boy. Yep. Okay. Now, we do have some stickies on the bottom of the pan. Shit. For the guys watching live stream. Alright. For those of you that are still with me, live streaming, with the high heat and everything, even on a good seasoned pan, we do have some stickies. They're sticking to the bottom of the pan. Now, let me go ahead and toss the grease and everything into a container, and I'll be right back. Good Lord. Okay, sorry about the crashing and all that other noise, but look, what I want to show you is, show it to the other camera first, but cast iron is not totally non-stick. As you can see, I got stuff that is gummy and sticking to the bottom of this pan. Here's the easiest, quickest way to clean it. And I don't suggest using the water I'm about to use, but use very hot water on a very hot pan. And this water is rusty, and trust me, I will clean this pan with a little bit of soap and scrub it in the kitchen later. But I just want to show you, if you have no other choice, you can add some very hot water, even rusty water, to the pan. Okay, and as you can see, got stuff sticking on the fork. Here. Fork's almost clean too. Yeah, it needs a little bit more cleaning, but there we go. Alright, you see this? this, so you know, yeah, that steam burnt my hand. But what I'm gonna do is, so you know I'm not messing with anyone, and I'm not using Photoshop or anything. What we're gonna do, this is hot, is I'm gonna dump this right on the floor of the shed. You can see this live. Okay, just put that on the floor. This is what we're looking at. Okay, that's what's left. But not perfect. Not perfect. But you didn't see me scrubbing. I used a paper towel. Okay. Let me put it back on here. I'll get my hand away from the steam this time. Add a little bit more water. Let it boil. And I'll tell you what, now, if I was actually in the house, a little green scrubby, Scotch-Brite scrubby, would take everything else off that pan. And it would be fine. It don't take a whole lot to clean these. They're very simple to clean. The next thing I would do would be to add some oil to it, and I'd be done. Let it cool down, and she hangs up. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna put that down here so she can cool off. And give me a second, guys, and I will cut into that venison. I will cut into that venison, and let's see what that looks like. Ow. That's one of the things I hate about the cord. I keep stepping on it. This shit smells so good. Mm. Mm. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. Good Lord. Come on, let go. Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me a second. I'm sorry, guys. I'm working with you. All right. Okay. Come here. All right. Got to show to the other camera. Yes, I have some that's medium well. I got some that's well done. Depends where you cut it from. This is good. Yeah. Mm. Oh my God. Mm. That is good. That is good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that piece was so tender. Oh my God, that piece was tender. Next thing, we're gonna add a little bit of this to it. Yeah, sorry. For the next camera, I'm gonna add a little bit of this to it. And yeah, pardon me again, guys. I gotta move this other camera over here a little bit. There we go. Son of a bitch. Drop my knife. But anyway. Oh, let me tell you what. Oh, I'm sorry. That. With that mushroom. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. That is good. Yeah, and I'm sorry. Piece I'm chewing on right now still had the silver meat, the silver membrane on it. So it's a little bit chewy, but the flavor. Oh my God. Flavor is outstanding. This other piece that I had trimmed is just as soft and tender as a piece of liver, but it tastes so much better. Needs salt though. That's something I'll concede to. It needs salt. I don't usually cook with salt, but it needs salt. But oh my God, that was good. That was incredible. I'm going to turn off my other camera here. And what I'd like to say is thank you for watching Sidewynders Shed. I appreciate y'all. My God. Can't believe everyone is subscribing. I do appreciate it. My mouth is full. I'll catch y'all next time. I'm going to turn this camera off.